Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to part 2 of my visit to Olney Antiques Centre. Well, it's part 3 because I did furniture as part 1, or was the first, and then I'm doing part 2 of my glass. Yeah, get it right, get it right. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be some interesting. I'm going to do sugar crushers, which I don't think I've ever seen. I hardly ever see them. So yeah, I'm going to look at them, and I will do my own video on sugar crushers at some point. So anyway, with that said, let's get on and have a look at the glass. Recognise that? That's a Stuart Crystal Glengarry decanter. And this is a nice decanter here. I don't recognise it. I think it's probably late Victorian. But this one here, this is a Stuart Crystal one. I wouldn't normally rave about it, but I think I've only ever seen it in the catalogue. So that is a rare, less usual one. We'll pick it out, we'll find it. Can you see the little waffle cut pattern on it there?
This is the Stuart Crystal catalogue for 1964. And here is the decanter in question. 30224. It's got no name. So yeah, I can make this bigger. There we go. And as I said, I've never seen one before. I've never seen one of these before. I don't think I've seen this before. In fact, I'm not sure I've seen any of these before. So I think there must be low production. But and that implies that they weren't made for very long. But here they are again. In the 1972 catalogue. This one was there. It was a different shape. This one here, I think I might have seen this one here, but yeah, some of these shapes that they do are a bit more obscure, not very common. I don't remember seeing this either. So I don't know how many. I mean, I collect decanters, so I'm noticing odd ones, and if they're a bit funky in any way, and that counts as that. That's why I was like, "Ooh, look at that," because I knew I'd seen it here, and that one I would know if I'd seen that somewhere else. So yeah, I don't know what kind of volumes they're made in. I mean, this is a Glengarry, so yeah, that's high volume. I don't think I've ever seen it in this form. I've seen the sort of, I'd have to go back and look, but the other one that was there, actually on the shelf, that was a Glengarry, and I've seen loads of those.
Yeah, this is quite decent, but I'm looking at what they've got inside it, which is these sugar crushers. So these would have gone with a rummer back in the day. So they've got £3 on them, which is okay price. People used to collect these because, I mean, that's a very plain one. This one here with a leafy top, that's a bit less plain. I think most of them are fairly plain. Yes, a few. So sugar used to come into the UK back in the back in the 18th century, early 19th century, as a huge solid chunk, and you'd buy it as a cone shape, and then you'd have to break it up, and then you'd put the chunks into your drink, and then you'd use one of these to break it up with. And in some of the rummer glasses you can see scratches in the bottom from where this has been used a bit excessively. But I have a bunch of these, and maybe I'll make a video on them.
So I went into eBay just to see what I could find. If I typed in sugar crusher, don't know why this has appeared a few times with different prices on it, but it has. So you've got it here for £9, 14 or £15 and £20. Yeah. But anyway, this is quite an interesting little collection in that, yeah, they're all different. This one, I think, is actually not a sugar crusher. I think this is from chemistry set before. I've seen these before. They're machine made, so yeah, I don't think this is a sugar crusher, but these all are, and they're all different types. And the one that really stands out is this green one. I don't think I've ever seen a green one before. And if you were to buy these for $9.99, that one would be the bargain. Back in the day, if I go back to when I first started collecting, I'm not even sure. So like I've got some and I've paid like, and I bought these all sort of like at over 25 years ago. I was just like, oh yeah, look at that. I'll have that. It's like £2 or £3 and you could pick them up. But sometimes people were charging £6, £7, £8, £9 for them. So if I saw one for £2, I'd go, oh yeah, because I've seen it for more, and I'd buy it. Because yeah, I'm just that kind of person, and I've got a little box full of them. But I've never seen a green one before. And back in the day when people were seriously collecting these things, yeah, that would have probably made good money. I don't know how much, maybe 20 quid or something like that, because people would want it. And funnily enough, actually, this super plain one is not your normal either. It's got a very wide bottom and it's at a funny angle. But yeah, this is probably the most normal looking one here. But you've got them with different kinds of, I mean, it's even got a different kind of top on it, but you've got them with different kinds of flattened ends. You can see here. And you've got these twisted ones here as well. So yeah, they'll come in all different shapes and sizes, but they all have a very handmade look about them. And this does not have that. In fact, I think they've got pictures of it here. Look at that. You can see it's like a machine made thing. Yeah, it's not like the others. Just looking at it from that angle just says, I don't think that is the same as the other. Oh, unless they're handmade sugar crusher straight. Ah, I see. They're selling this one out of all of this, so they want £9. Let me go back to the other. I'm going back now. I've just realised what's going on. Go back. So, what's this £14.99 one? What are they selling there? So they're selling this one with the leaf top for that much. So this is each. So they wanted £9 for this one. It's not even a sugar crusher. Let me go back again. And what's the one that's £20? This is going to be very interesting. Oh, the twisted one. So actually, they're looking for a truckload of money for these. I don't think they're worth that much. I don't think people really collect them, unless someone can tell me different. I want to know if the green one's sold. Let me stop this a second and I'll come back and see if I can find it. So there must be still sugar crusher collectors out there, because the green one is sold for $29.99. I went into the sold items to find it in the end. And yeah, I'm really surprised. So if you have any coloured sugar crushers, there's a market for them out there, because I've hardly seen any. I think I might have seen a blue one once. But yeah, someone is out there looking for them.
Got bludgeon decanter here. So this would date from about 1845 to 1870 or so. Look how thick the base is. So because there was previously a tax on glass by weight before 1845, they wouldn't make a thick base like that, because you're paying for the glass by weight. And when they took that tax off, yeah, they cared a bit less for a while, and it became a fashion to have very heavy decanters, hence the name bludgeon decanter. Bunch of glasses here, but this is what's interesting to me. This little top hat posy vase. It's probably pre-war. It's got a folded rim, which made me think, oh, was it earlier? But no, I'm just looking at the bases. There isn't actually that much wear. It's got a nice little polished pontil. So yeah, you put your little, go out on your lawn, get some daisies or dandelions, and you'd keep them in there. They'd look quite nice against the purple.
I've been trying to find that top hat posy bowl without any luck. This is the only one I've been able to find that I would say is the same. You can see it's got the turned over rim. like that one had. None of the others have that. There's quite a few different kinds. But yeah, but this one's on sale on Etsy and it's gone already. So if I click through on this, yeah, I don't really go anywhere. It just tells me when you get into Etsy, and then it's just showing me other things. So yeah, that's a bit of a dead end. It's a pity. It's quite a nice little thing. It'd be nice if I was making a guess. I would say Thomas Webb, but that is a pure guess, just based on the colour, really. I've seen other Thomas Webbs that same colour, but that's it.
Got a bunch of what looks to be uranium glass things. Yeah, this is from a trinket set. Got a couple of little bowls. It says Bagley, which means if I put my torch on, yeah, it's quite bright in there, but you can see, look. And actually, these are fluorescing as well, but they're quite dark. But oh, and that is as well, but it's very difficult to tell because it's so bright in there. And I don't think this is. It's very difficult to tell because it is very bright in there. But that is, and that is, yeah. So we'll try and find some of these. That's definitely Bagley. I think I might be able to find that one. Don't know about that. Trinket sets, but there's a lot to look through.
I thought rather than going to the catalogue, I'd come to trinket sets. So this is it. We're in the Sowerby section. Basically, I've clicked through English, Sowerby. I just started working my way down, and here it is. Dun -dun. I knew it was going to be here because I was looking for some earlier stuff earlier in previous video, and I saw it and went, oh yeah, I recognise that. So, but I thought I'm not going to go back to the catalogue. I'm coming here. So just to see, and it tells you 7 parts. And I said this picture is straight from the catalogue. But what you do get that you don't get in the catalogue is you get all these pictures of the different colours. There isn't actually. They've got a frosted green one, but they don't have a clear green one. But you can see they've got the amber colour, the blue, pink. So you've got a few different options. What colours do they say? Uranium green, but it doesn't shine. So Sowerby doesn't glow. Frosted blue, frosted pink, frosted amber. So they've actually got all the colours here, but it's just but you know it's amber, pink, blue, and green, and clear. But they don't have frosted and clear of all of them. So anyway, there you go. This is what we're looking at. So first we're looking at the plate. It's Bagley, and it's Bedford pattern number 3057 from 1938 to 75. So really this Art Deco plate was carried on being making right into the 70s. And so that's quite interesting, because I've always said, you know, Deco didn't stop in the 1930s. People carried on making and doing new designs, but this is one that just obviously it was selling and they just kept on making it. And the other thing was this, called Carnival Pattern 3141 1946 to 75. So although I don't have the catalogue for Bagley, this is from Wakefield Council Museum, so I'm comfortable that these dates are probably right. They probably do have the catalogues or the original documents from Bagley's glass. So yeah, I don't have designers. I would love to have the designers for some of these things, just to know who is the driving person behind it all. Is it just one person? Is it a group, etc., etc.? You rarely ever hear who the designers are for pressed glass. But anyway, that's who those two rolls are. Bagley. Well, they're both Bagley.
Got an English gluck here. It's got The date, because the collar's dated 1924. That's quite nice, and price is okay as well. Yeah. This is a Ravenhead 1970s bars right in front, by the way, just in case you're wondering.
I photographed this page out of a book called Christopher Dresser by Wydar Hallen, and yeah, so they've copied this out of a book from 1871, and look, we've got a Gluck Gluck up here in the corner. You can see it looks like it's got a collar on it, and a lot of the Gluck Glucks you'll see have collars on them. I've got I think I've got 4 UK Gluck Glucks, and 3 of them have got collars on. So yeah, anyway, so this is Gluck Gluck 1871. Now that one had a date of 1924 on its collar, which shows you like that's 53 years later. They're still making them, and I think I've seen them as late as like 1939. So they were making them right up to the war, which is, wow, yeah. So for a traditional design like this, it's a bit surprising. And look at all these other shapes he was making. You know, for a short period of time, what's known as cup mouth decanters came in, and they kind of went out again. But yeah, they were very short-lived. But anyway, and look, here's a cross-section of what the Gluck looks like in the middle. So he's done that there just to show you. But anyway, this is where they come from. If you're in the UK, you see a UK one, they're not all from Home Guard. There's lots of different Scandinavian ones, but there are UK ones. And yeah, they are from as early as the 1870s. Amongst the vases, the Ravenhead ones are pretty much the lowest of the low. If I'm going to be honest with you, you get some of the style, but they only come in blue or clear. They have the same kind of like cheapish texture. They're not, they're not going to set the world, but they're very cheap. God knows why this one here is 35 or that one is 21. But yeah, a lot of them are like £5. Look, there's £5, £3.31, £5, £8.66. So yeah, the price is 2 for a tenner there. So you get the idea that they should be cheap if you're buying them. These ones are not Ravenhead. I think these might be Davidsons. So yeah, Davidsons, Ravenhead, cheap. Probably you've got the Avon ones. They're about the same price. There's Tajima, the Japanese ones. They're probably a little bit, I would say they're worth a bit more. They've got a bit more style, a bit more differences. Some of them are better quality. It all varies. And you should just, if you're going to be buying this kind of glass, if you don't want to pay very much, make sure that if you're not paying very much, make sure you're not paying very much. And if you accidentally get something that's better, well done. That's all I can say. But just so you're aware that, yeah, not all that glitters is gold, as they say, etc., etc. And these should be relatively cheap.
Something I've not seen for a little while is fake Murano label. Lavazzarone says Arte Murano, made in Italy. Doesn't mean it's Murano though. Murano glass swan. Yeah, the quality is just not there. There's a little waffle pressed base there, or tail on this one. We can have a look through the fake labels and I'll find you that one.
There used to be another website with piles of fake Murano labels in it, and seems to have disappeared. And this is the tragedy of the internet, where you find a really good reference and whoever's paying for it to be there stops paying and it disappears in a puff of smoke. Anyway, I found this one, and Murano labels crafted to mislead. Yeah, and down here, these are fake Murano labels here that blah, blah, blah. But then you've got these ones. These are the misleading labels. And this one here, it says Arte Murano. And basically, as they're telling you here, it's being ambiguous. It's saying made in the using the techniques of Murano. It's art of Murano, but it's not. These ones are more explicit, saying made using the techniques of the masters of Murano. This one just says Arte Murano. But anyway, this is the label we were looking at. And yeah, it's a fake. And I knew it was just from the glass, to tell the truth. But yeah, it's nice to actually find the label and someone else confirmed that it is a fake one, because I was getting a bit worried when the other site was disappeared.
So I hope you enjoyed that. And with regard to seeing things mislabeled, I've been making these videos for 3.5 years, and I've been collecting glass for probably now 35 years. So yeah, long time. And also, the other thing is, I'm an ex-IT auditor. I like to dig in, find the real truth. And not everybody's like that. And so when I'm going, ooh, this isn't right, and that's not right, and all this, a lot of the dealers are just general dealers. They don't know everything. And also, even the resources that you can use have changed over time. I've got so many more resources. If you go back 10 years, I wouldn't be finding half the stuff that I've got now. There's some things that have disappeared, as you've just seen. Yeah, it's a different world. This is today, and this is how you're able to find things out today. But things have changed, and in a way, me doing this is helping people to find stuff. And there's loads of things that I've not been able to find. And probably, you just point your phone at it and it'll tell you it's this. But someone has to collate that data. And nobody's done it yet. So you need to come to my videos and learn from me anyway. And probably tomorrow people are going to find out, oh, Kevin got that wrong. It is what it is. But anyway, contact details for Olney Antiques Centre will be in the description below. References I use will be in the description below, and please remember to like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And thank you for watching, and have a good night. Good night.